Close to the issue tells Fox News that barring a last-minute agreement, the committee leadership would take an additional step and consider new subpoenas or moving forward with contempt of Congress citations. As you mentioned late last night, the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who oversees the Russia probe after the recusal of his boss, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, was on Capitol Hill along with the FBI director, meeting with House Speaker Paul Ryan. Rosenstein breezed past reporters without taking their questions. The meeting focused on the House Intelligence Committee deadline for records and witnesses that goes back to August. Quote, after speaking to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein this evening, Nunes said, I believe the House Intelligence Committee has reached an agreement with the Department of Justice that will provide the committee with access to all the documents and witnesses we have requested. The committee looks forward to receiving access to the documents over the coming days. The committee wants access to former FBI Director James Comey's so-called skinny inner circle of advisors, including demoted FBI agent Peter Strzok, FBI lawyer Lisa Page, with whom he was having an extramarital affair, as well as former general counsel James Baker. This group is directly tied to allegations of political bias and favorable edits in a July 2016 public statement by Comey that reduced Hillary Clinton's legal exposure, in the criminal email case, Bill.
Wow. And the president's former campaign manager suing the special counsel, among others. That's Paul Manafort. What's up with that?
Well, that's right. According to the 17-page civil complaint, former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort and his legal team argue that the Russia probe has gone beyond the scope of the special counsel regulations. It reads in part the investigation of Mr. Manafort is completely unmoored from the special counsel's original jurisdiction to investigate any links and or coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the campaign of President Donald Trump. Legal experts tell Fox News, though, that the suit will be challenging.
There may be a fair legal question about the scope of the independent prosecutor's jurisdiction, but Judge Jackson will decide that. The judge that actually has the criminal case in front of her is the one who's going to have the final say on that.
On the Manafort suit, the Justice Department issued a statement late last night calling it frivolous, adding that the defendant is entitled to file whatever he or she wants, and there was no immediate response from the Office of Special Counsel that represents Robert Mueller. Bill.
House committee gets access to long-sought Trump dossier records. House Intelligence Committee investigators got access to the remaining documents they had long sought as part of the Russia inquiry during a classified session at the Justice Department on Friday, a source close to the matter told Fox News. Investigators were allowed to review the records and take notes but not take copies, which is standard in sensitive cases. The documents were described as core records concerning the controversial anti-Trump dossier and its handling by the FBI, including witness interview summaries for confidential sources or informants. While the dossier was commissioned by opposition research firm Fusion GPS, author and former British spy Christopher Steele also was a source for the FBI, first relaying some information in July 2016. The same month the Clinton email case closed for the first time and the Russia counterintelligence case opened. The Justice Department and FBI are on a tight timeline to provide records and witnesses, based on an agreement reached last week between Republican Chairman Devin Nunes, Republican California, and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. The committee is in the process of scheduling 8 witnesses, including FBI agent Peter Strzok and FBI lawyer Lisa Page, who exchanged anti-Trump text messages during an affair and previously worked on the special counsel's Russia probe. FBI General Counsel James Baker, who was reassigned, FBI head of counterintelligence Bill Priestap, whom ex-FBI boss James Comey testified made the decision not to brief Congress about the Russia case during last year's election, FBI Special Agent and Chief of Staff James Rabitsky, and FBI Congressional Liaison Greg Brower. Bruce Orr, a DOJ official reassigned after concealing meetings with figures involved in the dossier, also is scheduled to meet with the committee on January 17 in a closed session. Separately, the source said the committee got access to dossier-related financial records from TD Bank on Friday following a court decision, making any potential appeal by Fusion GPS moot. At issue are 70 transactions over a 2-year period, covering clients, journalists, 2 media organizations and researchers. In his ruling, Judge Richard Leon wrote about Fusion's Russia work, including compiling the dossier while it was working to undermine the Magnitsky Act, a sanctions law Moscow vehemently opposes. Together, these reports confirm that various law firms and businesses had retained Fusion on behalf of their clients to perform Russia-related work, thus triggering the committee's investigative interest in identifying other businesses that sought Fusion's services during the same relevant period, Leon wrote.